Hello and welcome to KJTV News. We bring you a developing story of a tragic maritime accident near New York that has left 3 people dead, 2 injured, and 1 individual still missing. This unfortunate incident occurred in the Ambrose Channel, a key waterway for ships entering and exiting the port of New York and New Jersey. Authorities from multiple agencies, including the New York Fire Department, New York Police Department, and the U.S. Coast Guard, swiftly responded to distress calls received around noon on Sunday. The accident took place in the Newport Walk area, commonly referred to as Breezy Point, which is located at the tip of Queens Rockaway Peninsula. This area, known for its bustling maritime activity, quickly became the site of a full-scale rescue operation. Reports indicate that 6 individuals were aboard the vessel when it suddenly capsized, throwing all occupants into the frigid waters, transporting them to local hospitals. Tragically, 3 of the rescued victims were later pronounced dead. 1 individual remains in critical condition, while another is reported to be in stable condition and receiving medical care. The search for the 6th person, who is still missing, continues as the Coast Guard expands its efforts to locate them. 2 of the victims were airlifted to Staten Island University Hospital via emergency medical helicopters, while 3 others were transported to Coast Guard Station Sandy Hook, where paramedics and medical teams were on standby to provide immediate care. The Coast Guard confirmed that 4 of those rescued were initially unresponsive upon retrieval, requiring extensive CPR and other life-saving measures on the scene. Is being utilized to aid in the efforts to locate the missing individual. At this time, authorities have not yet released the identities of the victims out of respect for their families, who are being notified of the tragic events. Officials are still investigating the exact cause of the accident. Preliminary reports suggest that no other vessels were involved, and the Coast Guard described the boat as taking on water before it ultimately sank. The Ambrose Channel, where the incident took place, is a critical waterway serving as the main shipping route for large commercial and cargo ships entering and exiting the port of New York and New Jersey. This incident raises concerns regarding maritime safety in the region and highlights the dangers associated with recreational and smaller boats navigating busy shipping lanes. Local authorities, including the NYPD and the Coast Guard, have launched a full investigation into the incident to determine the factors that led to this devastating tragedy. Experts will be examining various aspects, including the condition of the vessel, weather conditions at the time of the accident, and possible mechanical failures that may have contributed to the boat sinking. Investigators will also be reviewing radio communications and distress signals to gain further insight into the moments leading up to the capsizing. In the wake of this tragedy, the community is left in mourning as families await answers and closure. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of the sea and the importance of boating safety measures. Local officials urge boaters to take necessary precautions, including wearing life jackets, checking weather forecasts before venturing out, and ensuring vessels are in proper working condition to avoid such disasters. KJTV News extend our deepest condolences to the families those who lost their lives in this accident. We will continue to follow this story closely and provide updates as new information coming. In other news, the Sudanese Army says it has broken a near 2-year siege imposed by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) on the key southern state capital of El-Obeid. The breakthrough came hours after the RSF signed a political charter in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, to establish a breakaway government in areas under their control. The RSF and the Army have been in a vicious fight for power since April 2023, which has killed tens of thousands of people and forced millions from their homes. The fight has split the country, with the army controlling the north and the east, while the RSF holds most of Darfur region in the west and parts of the south. El-Obeid, the capital of North Kordofan State, is a strategic hub connecting the capital, Khartoum, to Darfur. This is the latest army advance in recent weeks following the recapture of several parts of Khartoum from the RSF. There was jubilation on the streets as Sudanese soldiers marched into the city. A military spokesman, Nobil Abdallah, confirmed the gains in a statement, saying army forces had destroyed RSF units. Finance Minister Jibril Ibrahim said the move was a massive step in lifting the RSF siege on El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur province, and would also allow the delivery of humanitarian aid to Kordofan. Sudanese civil society activist Dalia Ablimonium told the BBC Newsday programme that the recapture of the city was huge and significant. She said the RSF had held the civilians captive for nearly 2 years in the city. She said the army was making serious groundwork in terms of moving towards the west, which is where the RSF is mainly centred. Both the army and the RSF have been accused of committing grave atrocities against civilians during the war, with their leaders being sanctioned by the US. In addition, RSF has been accused of carrying out a genocide in Darfur. Both deny the accusations. Kenya's hosting of the RSF last week, as it sought to form a parallel government, was criticized by some human rights groups. On Sunday, Sudan's Foreign Minister Ali Youssef said his country would not accept any country recognizing the so-called parallel government. In response, Kenya's Foreign Ministry said there was no ulterior motive in providing non-partisan platforms to conflict parties. That's it for now. We will keep you updated on this situation. And thank you for watching KJTV News. Don't forget to subscribe.